Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we are talking about one of the most important archaeological sites in ancient Egypt for archaeology. I'm talking, of course, about Elephantine Island. Now, Elephantine Island actually had a Jewish temple on the site that followed a form of religion known as Judaic Iron Age religion, as opposed to Judaism because, well, let's be honest, we know in the Bible that the Israelites did not do everything God wanted them to do when they worshipped him. And in fact, archaeologists have actually said that Jewish religion at the time of the kings of Judah consisted in doing everything that God told them not to do. And this is a fact that is recorded very unfavorably in the Bible. So I'm on the email list of the Biblical Archaeology Society, and I thought I'd just read through some of these articles and give you my reaction based on what I know. So, multicultural Elephantine. The site of the temple would be under the site of Khnum, and they found it would have been destroyed by the Egyptians, rebuilt. Would have been destroyed by the Egyptians, who later built a temple to the god Khnum over the site. And after the temple was destroyed, they tried to get it rebuilt, and they actually sent letters to Ezra and Nehemiah asking for permission to rebuild it. Because the Egyptians said, okay, you can rebuild it, but only if you get permission from the people in Judah to do it. The people in charge of Judah at the time were Ezra and Nehemiah, who, as you can probably guess, were not that interested in granting permission to build an idolatrous and illicit temple to Yahweh in Egypt. They were like, no, we're not going to do that. In fact, it's pretty well known that Nehemiah and Ezra basically ghosted the people on Elephantine, and so instead they got permission from the Samaritans later on. So let's see what this has to say. Elephantine sits at the historical southern border of ancient Egypt by the modern city of Aswan. Yeah, that's why there was a temple there, because there was a garrison of Jewish soldiers, by the way. The strategic location made an important trade and military post. Rich archaeological deposits and textual sources reveal the long and layered history of this island in the Nile, where many different languages, cultures, and religions met early in the history of Northeast Africa. The diverse histories of Elephantine are currently on display in Berlin, a special exhibition called Elephantine, an Island of Millennia, split between two locations within the National Museum in Berlin. The exhibit explores the coexistence and lively exchange among the different people who came together on this small island. I remember they've actually found the records of a particular woman who got divorced 3 times. Her last marriage was to an Egyptian, and apparently their understanding of Jewish law was that all a woman had to do to divorce her husband was stand up in the middle of a synagogue meeting and say, I hereby divorce my husband, and that was it. Like I said, they were not following Jewish law. We do, however, know that they celebrated festivals like the Passover, because later Persian letters to people in Elephantine, which they have found, says, yes, we give you permission to celebrate Passover again on Elephantine as per your request. So we know that Passover, that's one of the ways we know that the ancient Israelites were celebrating Passover. Elephantine is both cosmopolitan and local, forcing people to interact with one another, but also letting them preserve their particular values and traditions. The ethnic mix of an Aramaic-speaking community of Judean mercenaries and their families stationed there by the Persian conquerors, both Judea and Egypt. By the 5th century BCE, that's around the time when the second Jewish temple would have been built by Zerubbabel after the Babylonian exile. This community grew into a sizable diaspora with its own temple to Yahweh. Documents written in a mix of Aramaic and Egyptian preserve marriage contracts, like I mentioned, letters, and various other mundane writings, as well as literary and religious texts. The first comprehensive exhibit on Elephantine, an island in millennia, brings together artifacts now dispersed through dozens of collections around the world. The visitor experience is enhanced through immersive installations, sounds, smells, and video projections. Like, I'd love to see video reconstruction like on YouTube of what the temple in Elephantine would have looked like and how it would have functioned. I would find that fascinating. On display is also this wooden figure of a sitting lion inscription in Egyptian hieroglyphs, the name of the Kushite king Aspileta. So, like, yeah, the Kushites and the Nubians would have been... That Elephantine is where Egypt and Nubia would have met. It was like a border town, essentially. So, and at one point, the Nubians even conquered Egypt. So, here's the image it's talking about. Almost 20 inches tall, it is likely belonged to Aspileta's throne, which may have been brought to Elephantine as a spoil of war. So, like, the Egyptians would have conquered this Nubian king, or Persians, perhaps. Forgive me for not remembering the exact dates. No, it would have been Egyptians. The Persians would not have conquered Egypt yet. And the Egyptian king would have taken this and brought it as World War back to Egypt. So that's a bit about Elephantine. So comment down below, should I make, if I ever get a chance to travel and I get to go to Elephantine, should I make a YouTube video about this Israelite community and what we know about it? And read some of the texts of the Elephantine letters. Well, what do you guys think? Anyway, God bless. Have a great day. If you're given a chance to check out an SSPX church, please do so. God bless. Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen.